Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the POPSICLE KNIGHT channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please take a second to click the like button if you like this video or hit the thumbs down if you don't. Also, if you enjoy the contents of this channel, please subscribe if you haven't already. This video is sponsored by PTCGO the best place for you to get PTCGO code cards. Are you looking to complete your Pokemon card collection online for the latest set? PTCGO has everything you need. Please use my code KNIGHT22 at checkout so you can get a 5% discount. Help yourself out with the discount, and thank you for helping support the content I create in this channel and for helping out PTCGO. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Steelix from the Fusion Strike set. Steelix is a stage 1 Pokemon with 190 HP, with 4 retreat cost, no resistance, and is weak to grass. It has 2 powerful attacks. The first one is Powerful Rage. For 2 colorless energy, it will deal 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. This attack can become so powerful because of its high HP. When it is down to its last HP, Steelix can deal as much as 360 damage, making it possible to knock out any Pokemon in the game with a single hit. Its second attack is Earthquake. For 2 fighting and 1 colorless energy, it will deal 180 damage, and this attack will also deal 30 damage to all of your benched Pokemon. The damage for this attack is really nice because it can pretty much 2-hit KO any Pokemon in the game, and while the effect of this attack may seem destructive, it actually helps set up your other Steelix by accumulating damage counters on them. If used wisely, this second attack can be really powerful as well. It is worth noting that its pre-evolution Onix has the Guard Press attack. For 2 colorless energy, it will deal 30 damage, and on your opponent's next turn, it takes 30 less damage from attacks. This might not seem much, but if used correctly, this attack may allow you to survive an attack while receiving damage. The damage counters you accumulate will then help you set up Steelix's Powerful Rage attack after you evolve. The most powerful attack that Steelix has, however, is Powerful Rage. In this build, there are 3 ways to charge this up. One way is by simply surviving an attack from your opponent and then counterattack by doubling that damage back to your opponent's Pokemon. The second way is by using the Earthquake attack, and you can accumulate the damage dealt to your bench Steelix. However, I've added a third way we can control the damage counter that Steelix can receive. It is by means of the Old Cemetery Stadium. Each time you attach an energy from your hand to one of your non-psychic Pokemon, that Pokemon will receive 2 damage counters. And we're going to pair this stadium with Cherrim. It has the Spring Bloom ability. As much as you want, you can attach a grass energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon with no rule box on it. So with Cherrim and Old Cemetery, you can keep attaching grass energy onto Steelix, putting more damage counters on it, and it may just be enough to knock out your target with the Powerful Rage attack. Additionally, I also have Eldegoss with the Cotton Lift ability, which allows you to search your deck for 2 basic energy cards and put them to your hand. This will pair nicely with Cherrim as we find more grass energies from the deck. And you can also use its pre-evolution Gossifleur more for its Call for Family attack, which allows you to bench 3 basic Pokemon, making it a very powerful move for early setup. And I also have Snorlax with the Gourmandize ability. This ends your turn, but while in the active, you can draw cards until you have 7 in your hand. Adding damage counter on Steelix is all well and good, but it becomes easier to get knocked out, and there are a lot of Pokemon that can hit for 190 damage or more. So to balance this out, I will be using a full set of the Stone Energy. While this is equipped to a fighting type Pokemon, that Pokemon will receive 20 less damage for each of these attached. And to increase defense even further, I also have 2 copies of the full Face Guard tool card. With this on, as long as the Pokemon using it has no ability, it will receive 20 less damage from attacks. And since Steelix has no ability, it can definitely benefit from the increased defense. As for the other cards worth noting, first I have a couple of energy retrieval. This can help us recover grass energy, for example, so that Cherrim can accelerate them to Steelix. I also have Evolution Incense, Level Ball, Ordinary Rod as a recovery item, Quick Ball, Scoop Up Net, and Switch. As for my supporters, I have Boss's Orders, Marnie, Professor's Research, and Raihan is really good too. If one of your Pokemon was knocked out on your opponent's last turn, you can accelerate 1 basic energy from the discard pile to one of your Pokemon and search your deck for any 1 card. Skyla to help find trainer cards like Old Cemetery or the full Face Guard. And finally, I have 1 copy of Sonia because you can search your deck for 2 basic energy or 2 basic Pokemon. The dual option is a great addition to this build. As for the rest of the energies, I have 2 basic fighting and 8 basic grass energies in this build. While this build does not do too well against grass-type matchups, it is pretty powerful and defensive nonetheless. And that's pretty much it. The deck list will be in the description below, but enough talk, let's see if we can win some games with Steelix. Alright, my opponent will choose to go first. We're going second, and we will have to mulligan. No basics on hand. So let's see what we are going to start off with. Ideally, you want to start off with a Snorlax, but Gossifleur is just as good actually. We can use its attack Call for Family. That will help us to get 3 basic Pokemon on our bench. But as of right now, we don't have any energy, so most probably we will have to use Marnie and hope for the best. Otherwise, they could just dunk us, and that'll be game. And we're up against an Inteleon VMAX build. They're gonna put an energy on their Inteleon V, and no energy, so I'm gonna have to use Marnie. Draw 5 cards, and we get 3 energies, a switch, and an old cemetery. Alright, at least we got the energy, and we could bench more basic Pokemon, and that will at least get us, keep us in the game for a few more turns. And I'm gonna get Snorlax and 2 Onix in the bench. I need Snorlax in this one because I can't keep using Call for Family. That's not gonna get us anywhere. At least with the Gormandize ability, we can draw into more cards, more trainer cards, evolution Pokemon, and possibly more basic to go into the bench. So definitely Snorlax with the Gormandize is the best option. And our opponent is actually using the Rapid Strike Inteleon. So it has the ability where if you discard a water energy from your hand, you can deal 2 damage counters to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So, I mean, you know what? I don't mind that because I want damage counters on my Onix or my Steelix. They're gonna knock out my Gossifleur though, and I'll just promote Snorlax so we can use Gormandize, and we get a Quick Ball. Could actually use that. Let me just attach an energy here. And then discard this one. We can always just recover that. Could get a Cherubi, but I think Onix would be good. Yeah, let me just get Onix because they might just easily knock out my Cherubis. So let me go Gormandize. At least each time they use their ability to deal damage counter on our Onix, it'll be okay because we want to build up damage counter, and then all we have to do is counter attack with built up damage, and then just knock out their VMAX Pokemon if we have enough damage counters on our Steelix. And we have access to level ball anyway, might as well. I might just build up Cherubi or the Charmline, but we will also need to build up our Steelix because Onix only has 110 HP. It's within range of the attacks of this Inteleon VMAX. And they're building up another Inteleon V on their bench. And they probably have quick shooting Inteleon as well. And now they're using their ability Double Gunner. So they discard an energy, and then they put 2 damage counters on 2 of our Onix. And actually, we don't mind that, but we don't have any other Pokemon to switch into the active other than Onix, so I might as well just put one there. And we get a Steelix from our top deck, which is insane, so we'll just evolve this. We can survive an attack from this Inteleon VMAX, so that's good. Let me just put another energy on my Steelix in the active. Get back my energy using their Stadium, and then we'll replace it. Level Ball, get my Cherubi. And then we can evolve that in our next turn. They won't be able to knock out our Cherubi just yet anyway, so it should be safe in the bench. And Snom has 50 HP, Zigzagoon has 70, so we won't damage any of those, so I'll just damage the one in the active. I could have used Boss to, if our opponent had a Pokemon that we could have knocked out, I could have used Boss and get a prize for that, but unfortunately they don't have any Pokemon within our knockout range just yet. And now Inteleon VMAX attack will not be able to knock out our Steelix. It's only dealing 140 damage. I don't know if our opponent realizes this, but if they hit our Steelix, we can actually counterattack and knock out their Inteleon VMAX. So it's up to our opponent if they want to take that chance, but it's okay. They are. It's not really a chance because it's a definite thing. We will be able to knock out their Inteleon VMAX. Let me use my level ball to get Cherum. So now it's out of range from any of their attacks to knock out. And I'm just gonna use Powerful Rage, dealing 320 damage, knocking out their Inteleon VMAX for 3 prizes. Insane. So, dude, Steelix is super strong. Don't hit it because it's gonna counterattack like crazy. Now at this point, if they don't knock it out, we are basically hitting 320 damage every turn. But yeah, this Inteleon V should be able to knock it out because for just 1 energy, it can deal 40 damage. And Steelix is within that knockout range, so they will be able to knock it out. Again, we don't have any other supporters that can help us to evolve into Steelix. We have Cherum at least to put more energies on our Onix, but that's pretty much it. They're gonna give us back one of our energy cards, so I'll just put Onix in the active. Again, no other Pokemon that I can put in the active or any other support that I can use to get my Steelix. So I'll just use Sonia then to get these 2. And I don't know, maybe I can use Snorlax, Gormandize. I can use up my 2 energies, use Switch into Snorlax, and then just Gormandize. I think that's the best option I have. Because when we use up the energy, it will lessen the cards in our hand, and we will be able to draw into more cards with the Gormandize ability. I can even use up the Scoop Up Net. We just switch. Might as well use Ordinary Rod. Get my Steelix line back into the deck, and just 1 energy. And I'm just gonna Gormandize for 3. Okay, we get a Raihan and a Stone Energy. Yeah, I don't know how else to make this build more consistent, but it's consistent in its inconsistency, if that makes if that makes sense. I just don't draw into good cards most of the time, which is kind of, I don't know. It's very frustrating. You know, I have 4 Steelix in the deck, and then I don't draw into a lot of them. And then, yeah, it just happens like this all the time. But it is what it is. We'll go with it. Must be something with this Steelix that makes PTCGO draw into really bad cards. But again, it's random. As some of you have pointed out, it is random. So we get what we get, I suppose, and just make do with what we have. If they do knock out our Snorlax, we can use Raihan and get a Steelix that way. And we have an evolution. We have Gossifleur and also Eldegoss to evolve into, and we should be able to get more energies that way. However, with their Inteleon VMAX, it hits the bench for 60 damage, so they probably will just knock out our Gossifleur and get an extra prize that way. But we need to build up we need Steelix for 1 so that we can evolve this Onix. It has 40 damage on it already, so 4 damage counters. We just need to build it up so that we can get more damage on our Onix. But you know what? They're gonna pass. I don't know why they did that, but they could have just gotten 2 prizes with their Inteleon VMAX. So that gives us a chance to evolve into Eldegoss, and we could actually win this one. We just need Steelix. It's what we need. I could use Snorlax with the Gormandize ability. Our Onyx should be fine because it has stone energy. Even if they attack for 60 damage in the bench, it's gonna survive an attack by 10 HP. So because it's reducing the attack by 20. I'm just gonna boss this Frostmoth because I need to stall, and I'm just gonna Gormandize. Frostmoth has 2 retreat costs, so if they don't have a switch, it could get stuck there, and that should buy us enough time. We really need to find that Steelix to evolve into so we can start attacking. Unfortunately, they have Bird Keeper to switch their Inteleon VMAX. So now they're attacking for 160 in the active. They can knock out our Snorlax. And they evolved into their Rapid Strike Inteleon VMAX. So now they can use that ability, deal 2 damage counter on our Onyx, and they can actually knock it out after they deal 40 damage onto it. So we're gonna lose the Onyx with energy on it, unfortunately, but we could use Raihan to build up another one, but we'll see. At least we have 2 other stone energies, and then that can help us out to reduce okay, they're just gonna target Eldegoss and the other Onyx. And they're gonna attack the one with damage with energies on it already, so that actually helps us out. And now we have enough damage counter on this Onyx, and we get a Steelix from our top deck. This is this is crazy. We can't use Raihan because we don't have any basic energy in the discard pile, but thankfully we have Eldegoss to get us more energies, and we should be able to build up enough damage counter on this Steelix and be able to knock out this Inteleon VMAX in the active, getting us our last 3 prizes. So I'm just gonna attack Powerful Rage for 320 damage, winning us the game. Alright, moving on to the next match. My opponent will go first, and we're gonna have to mulligan. You know, I think I have enough basics on this build. I don't know why I keep getting mulligans with this one. Alright, I'm going to start off with an Onyx that will go into the active. We have, we have a really terrible hand. We got 2 Boss's Order, Raihan, which we won't be able to use. Man, this is a really bad hand. Our opponent is using Smeargle, Fusion Strike. Can recover trainer cards from the discard pile. And there's a Mew V. Are we up against a Mew VMAX build here? That's what it looks like. So this is going to be a challenge for sure, but we'll see. And we get a Fighting Energy from the top deck, which is good. Just going to attach that onto Onyx, and I'm just going to pass. Now, using the Old Cemetery, you have to be smart about using that one, because if you can kind of gauge how much damage your opponent can deal to Steelix, Old Cemetery might not be useful to start right away. What I mean to say is that Steelix, if you can get Steelix to have full HP so that it can tank an attack, that would be ideal. And then just use Old Cemetery later on in the game if you need to build up damage counter that way. So that's why I only have 2 Old Cemeteries in this build actually, because again we have 3 ways of building up a damage counter on Steelix if we need to use the Powerful Rage attack. I'm just gonna use Skyla, and I'm gonna discard Boss's Orders, get myself Snorlax, because we need to draw into more cards because our hand is terrible, and use this Old Cemetery that will allow us to draw 5 cards with this Gormandize. Okay, we get Cherubi, which is good. That will help us to build up energy later on. And not much else, really. So this is a little bit dangerous because Mew VMAX has access to a lot of powerful attacks. And my opponent's not using Genesect V though. Okay, they're gonna put Mew VMAX in the active. Probably gonna start attacking here. Max Miracle knocking out our Snorlax. That will get them one prize. And let's see. Okay, this is not looking good. He just put an energy on Steelix. We have 40. We can deal 40 damage with powerful rage. We can actually knock out this Smeargle because it's weak against fighting. And at least that will get us one prize card. But now they could just use Mew. Probably copy Latios's attack. That can deal 210 damage, but that will discard their energy. And they have Power Tablet. And they can actually use Deoxys attack. But no, they're just gonna use Max Miracle, dealing 160 damage. And you know what? Our Steelix has enough damage counter on it to actually knock out this Mew VMAX. Unbelievable. We don't want to attach any more energy, so I'm just gonna use Powerful Rage, dealing 330 damage against Mew VMAX, getting us 3 prizes. Dude, Steelix is insane. But yeah, I don't know if my opponent just miscalculated there, but they could have definitely knocked out our Steelix if they wanted to. But we'll take it. And you know what? This Fusion Strike deck is not as aggressive. They don't have any Genesect V. I think Genesect V is the heart of any Fusion Strike builds because of its strong drawing engine. And okay, they're gonna Spooky Shot, knocking out our Steelix with this Dracloak. So they also have a Dragapult on their build. Gonna have to use Gossifleur here to get more basics onto our bench because we don't have any attackers left. I could use Raihan to power up. I mean, I can't. I'll have to put 2 energies on Cherim here. Energize. And then get Onyx. Could build up an Onyx now. Yeah, let me just get an Onyx here. That way I can evolve in the next turn. And then I can use Ordinary Rod. Let me actually get Cherim out of the active first. Let me attach an energy. Retreat onto Gossifleur. Spring Bloom and energy on Gossifleur so we can use its Call for Family. And then let me just use Ordinary Rod. Let me get Onyx and Steelix. And then we got, could probably get one of each of these. And then can use Spring Bloom on Onyx. Build up its damage counter if we need it. And I'm just gonna Call for Family. We get 2 Onyx onto the bench. That way we will always have an attacker ready to go. Now with Onyx, it's a little bit difficult to build up the fighting energy onto Onyx. It actually requires 2 turns so that you can attack. The Steelix has the Earthquake attack, which requires 2 fighting energy. And in this build, there's really no way for me to build up that energy quick enough. So it does take 2 turns. So most of the time, I will have to... you do usually just attack with Powerful Rage because it's a lot easier to power up. So let's evolve all of these. And then use Professor's Research. Get 7 cards. We can evolve this other one into another Steelix. So we have 3 Steelix now. Put this Stone Energy on the active. Spring Bloom. 1 energy. That will deal 60 damage. Or 120 damage. Not quite enough. But we can get more energies with this Eldegoss. Let's get 2 more Grass Energy. So that will build it up to 60, 80, 100 damage on our Steelix. That will help us to deal 200 damage minus resistance on this Dragapult, and we should be able to knock it out. There it is, 170 damage against Dragapult. Fusion Strike, not bad. Yeah, so the combination of Cherim here is actually really good. I did have Big Charm on this build, on my preliminary build, to increase Steelix HP, but it just ends up, Steelix just ends up getting knocked out all the time. So I went to the defensive route, add the Stone Energy in there in the full Phase Guard, and this build has been doing wonders. And my opponent's just gonna pass, they don't have any other energies, so just gonna knock out this Deoxys for the win. Good game. Alright, finally I get to go first. I do like going first with this build because we have a lot of stage 1s in this build. If you can set up your basics on your first turns, that's great. And on your second, you can evolve them and start attacking that way. But right now we don't have anything, so I'll just use up Old Cemetery, attach an energy to lessen our hand, so I can Gormandize for 2 this turn. We get an Onyx from that, and we can attach the Stone Energy on Onyx on our next turn. And it looks like we are up against Salazzle, and they have Grass, so I'm guessing this is the B. No, not the B. Butterfree. Salazzle and Butterfree. So this is gonna be a tough battle for sure because I think Steelix champions over 2 prizers and 3 prizers because we can get easy prizes by getting those big knockouts. But against a 1 prizer deck like this, it could get very dangerous. Salazzle only needs 1 energy, that is the Twin Energy. And the Butterfree can evolve really quickly, and that can cause a lot of special conditions, and they can hit for 300 damage, so it's one hit KOing all of our Pokemon. So between Steelix and the Salazzle Butterfree, I think they have the upper hand. They definitely have the upper hand on this matchup. So I'm just gonna try, see if I can win this one, but probably not. So we don't even have any other basics that we can set up here, and that's what we need because every time they knock out one of our Steelix, we need to be able to set up. We need to be able to attack again. So we need to have multiple Steelix set up on our bench. And they have Celebi to search for Pokemon. And our Old Cemetery is dealing damage counter on their Salazzle, but it's, you know what, it's expected that their Salazzle will get knocked out because it only has 90 HP. So it's kind of like those, it's like a kamikaze Pokemon. It'll just hit for a lot of damage and then expect it to get knocked out. So they're really not worried about that. And there's the Butterfree dealing Poison, Burn, and Confusion. So all they need to do is switch out this Celebi and knock it out with their Salazzle, and they'll just win the game. But they need to attach an energy on the Celebi to retreat. So if they have a switch or an energy to attach onto... I mean, they already attached an energy, so they can't attach an energy on Celebi. And they're just gonna pass. So we survive a turn. Okay. We survive a turn, but we need to build up our basics. We have Sonia. So we could start building up our Onyx. Let me get Gossifleur as well. And then what I'm gonna do here is attach this full face guard, attach an energy on Gossifleur, and then I'm gonna set up 3 other basics on my bench because we need it. So I'm just gonna get another Gossifleur, Onyx, and a Cherubi. So Cherubi is here to help us energize because If we don't have any way to accelerate energy onto our Onix or Steelix, we're just gonna lose the game, because the turnaround for our Pokemon is gonna be really quickly, especially that our opponent is able to knock out our Pokemon really quickly. So with the Turffield Stadium, that's actually getting them their evolution line here for the Butterfree. So now they can knock out Gossifleur if they really want to. Yep, they're gonna evolve into Butterfree. That's gonna inflict 3 special conditions on our Gossifleur. Derisive Roasting for 540 damage because of weakness. So let me just put my Onix into the active. We can evolve into Steelix, attach a Stone Energy, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to attack here. We don't have any damage counter on Steelix. Let me Marnie. Hopefully we can get the... I was hoping for the Old Cemetery, but we don't get it. We have Evolution Incense. We can get another Steelix. And we can just use our opponent's Turffield Stadium to get Cherum. So let me just do that. And then... that's pretty much all I can do. Yeah, that's all I can do. Let me just get 2 Grass Energies. That will thin out our deck. And... let's see. I can attach energies on Steelix and retreat into Snorlax, but that's... I feel like it's very counterproductive. But at least they don't have any Butterfrees to evolve into. They will need a Scoop Up Net. If they have a Scoop Up Net, then our Steelix will get knocked out. They have an Evolution Incense, another Salazzle to evolve into. But yeah, if our opponent doesn't have any Scoop Up Net, Salazzle actually cannot attack. Its attack doesn't... it multiplies the special condition on its opponent, but without special condition, it doesn't do anything. They have Professor's Research though. Probably they have a Scoop Up Net here. And that's gonna be it for my Steelix. And if that happens, we can use Raihan. I can use Quick Ball, get rid of 1 basic energy. We need it. And then we can use Raihan, get the Old Cemetery. So we can at least put some damage counter on Steelix. And they're gonna pass. That's awesome. So that gets us another turn, which is kind of it's kind of scary here. That, you know, our opponent can just clobber us with such a powerful attack. 270 damage every turn. Despite all of the defense on Steelix, it's not gonna be enough to survive an attack. So even with this 60 damage that I am preventing, but that's pretty much it. Let me get rid of this, get my last Onix from my deck, and I'm just gonna Earthquake here. That will deal 180 damage, dealing damage counters on our Steelix and Onix. And that could be good because all we need to do is attach 2 energies. We can deal 60 damage at least. And we could possibly knock out their Salazzle if we need it. Again, Salazzle only has 90 HP, so we should be able to do it. But it's just so scary, you know? This Salazzle Butterfree combo is just insane. 300 damage. I might have to try this out, and, you know, it's not so much of a showcase, but because I've seen a lot of content creators already showcasing it, but I would like to try it out. It looks very fun and it looks very dangerous. It's so powerful. Look at that. And then with Celebi's with the air balloon, they could just retreat into Salazzle, knock out our Steelix, and that's it. And even with the extra defense, it let's say it survives an attack, but then it's gonna get burned and poisoned, and it's just gonna get knocked out. 210 damage. That's crazy. So now, I mean, could put Snorlax here. I could actually use Snorlax to attack here because, yeah, I mean, Snorlax is dealing 100 damage. I might as well use Snorlax to attack as well, rather than just focusing on Steelix to attack. This is definitely a uphill battle because my opponent has an easier way of attacking. We have stage 1s, and then we need multiple energies and damage counters to actually deal damage. So let me evolve into another Steelix. At least we have 3 attackers now. We put an energy on Snorlax, and then... oh, you know what? I can't. If I attach 2 more energies on Snorlax, it's gonna get knocked out. Alright, so that was poorly planned here. Poor planning. So let me just build up energy on this Steelix, I guess. And then I'm just gonna Gormandize. We are gonna lose Snorlax here, but... I'm just gonna Gormandize. So hope for the best. Hopefully they don't have Scoop Up Net. If they don't have Scoop Up Net, Snorlax might just be able to survive. That's what I'm hoping for. Then we can start attacking with Steelix. I'm thinking of using Boss and start getting rid of their Butterfree, because if they don't have Butterfree, Salazzle should be disabled. It won't be able to attack unless they have other cards that will cause confusion, like the Yellhorn. But no, they had a Scoop Up Net. They're gonna be able to deal special conditions on Snorlax, and that's gonna knock it out. Derisive Roasting. Yeah, they have plenty of twin energies in deck as well. If they have a full set of it, yeah, they could just keep energizing Salazzle and just knock out our Pokemon. Yeah, if I boss one of their Butterfree, we could knock it out. But they, you know what? They have 2 other Butterfrees. All they need is a Scoop Up Net, but I don't know, man. This is such a tough battle. I don't know how to strategize against this build. It's just, it really depends too if they have Scoop Up Net. Let me just energy retrieval here. Use Ordinary Rod. Snorlax can be useful. Might as well get a Steelix. And then, yeah, I mean, we could still use Snorlax to attack now that we've recovered it. At least we have another attacker that we can use. I'm gonna Spring Bloom this one. So we have another attacker all set to go. And let's see. I'm just gonna knock out this Butterfree. Powerful Rage for 140 damage, getting us 1 prize. Another Steelix. Okay. Yeah, an uphill battle for sure. They have 2 attackers. They can knock out my Steelix. I can knock out their Salazzle. And the cycle continues. But you know what? They are ahead a prize already. So if that continues on, they're gonna be ahead an attacker. If we can get Snorlax into play, we should be able to even it out, because they'll need to build up another Salazzle, and also they need Scoop Up Net to use for their Butterfree. They're gonna use Ordinary Rod. They're gonna recover Metapod and Caterpie. But yeah, in terms of prize exchange, they are ahead for sure. And in terms of attackers, they can build up their attackers a lot quicker than we can. So in terms of speed, my opponent wins it. In terms of price exchange, my opponent wins it. It's just yeah, there's a Metapod, so all they need is Butterfree to evolve into, and they can attack again. But do they have it? That's the question, I guess. They don't have Turffield Stadium, so they might not be able to find it. If they don't have a Butterfree on hand, they need Evolution Incense. But if they don't have it, they won't be able to attack. No, they're going to use Professor's Research, so they discard a lot of their cards. They're down to 8 cards. We could win this if we can just we can deck them out. But you know what? That's gonna be it. They were able to find their Butterfree, knock out our Steelix. We can attack with our Steelix here, but then all they need again is a Scoop Up Net. I'm sure they have another one, but we found Snorlax. I'm gonna have to use Professor's Research here. We are in desperation. We have 2 Grass Energies on the discard pile. Attach an energy on Snorlax, and then I'll just have to see how much energy I have left. I have 1 Grass and 1 Fighting. I can accelerate with Cherum. Okay. And then yeah, I'll just have to attack, I guess. But we need recovery items. We have 1 more energy retrieval, so we should be okay, hopefully. So we get a prize for this Salazzle. Get another Professor's Research. But we will need that energy retrieval if and when they knock out the Steelix. We can use energy retrieval. You can use Skyla to get that, and then energize Snorlax, attack their Salazzle, and hopefully they don't build up another Salazzle, and we should be able to win this. At least that's the hope, you know. I hope we can win this. They have capture energy, so they might be able to get another Salandit, set up another attacker on their bench. No, they're gonna fill it with another Butterfree, so another Caterpie on their bench. There's the Scoop Up Net. So they're gonna knock out our Steelix. Boy, wow. This Salazzle Butterfree is insane. I want to try it out now. I want to try it out now. That's crazy. Yeah, so all they need to do is retreat with Celebi. They're gonna Marnie. Yeah, as long as we can get that energy retrieval, we should be fine. Skyla's gonna go into the bottom of our deck, so we need energies for my Snorlax. We have another Snorlax, actually. The Rise of Roasting for 270. I'm hoping they don't have any more Scoop Up Net, but I'm gonna hope for the best here. Oh, you know what? I have Ordinary Rod. Let me actually just get Steelix Line. Yeah, we just get that, and then 2 Grass Energies. Then we can use Eldegoss to get those Grass Energies, energize Snorlax, and then we can attack. There it is. there's the plan. We Spring Bloom these 2 energies onto Snorlax. And now we can knock out this Salazzle Body Slam for 100 damage, getting us 1 more prize. But you know what? My opponent only needs 1 more prize, so it's it's so bad. They probably have game on this one. If they have a boss, there's another Salazzle. All they need is a Twin Energy retreat, Scoop Up Net, and then that's game. They have 5 cards left. That's the question. Do they have a Scoop Up Net to scoop up their Butterfree and win? That's the that's the question. Do they have it? They have escape rope. Okay. Let me just switch into Snorlax here. Either they have it or they don't. They probably have it. They'll win this game. All they need is one more prize. But if not, we can scoop up Snorlax. Attack with our other Snorlax. They don't have it! Unbelievable! Let's go! So let's scoop up that guy. I'm gonna put Onix here. And I'm just gonna body slam Salazzle for one more prize. Dude, this is extremely close. We get another grass energy, and I think that's it. If they cannot knock out our Snorlax, we have the means to retreat with it. Butterfree needs 120 damage for us to knock it out. So I have fighting energy. I can accelerate grass energy with Cherim, evolve into Steelix, and we can deal 180 damage onto Butterfree, knock it out, and our Cherim and Eldegoss should be able to survive that recoil attack, and we should have game. Dude, this is insane. I can't believe we're winning. I can't believe it. Let's go. I don't think they have anything here. They don't have anything. That's gonna be game. That's game. That's game. Dude, we can actually just knock out this guy with Snorlax. But you know what? We're gonna go out with a bang. We are going to knock out their Celebi with our Steelix. This is a Steelix showcase, so we're gonna go with it. Let's retreat our Snorlax into our Steelix. Earthquake for the win. Wow, good game, man. That was intense. Good game, good game. Steelix is a very powerful Pokemon. It gets even stronger the more damage it takes. So powerful in fact that it can one-hit KO any Pokemon in the game. And this becomes easily attainable with the help of Cherim and the old Cemetery Stadium. And Steelix's bulk and defense is increased even further with the help of the Stone Energy and the Full Face Guard tool card, making it even more difficult to knock out even with the decreased HP. This build, however, does not do too well against Grass-type matchups. Overall, I think this build is fairly inconsistent and very slow to set up. However, if you're looking for both offensive and defensive build to try out, Steelix certainly fits that description. And that's it for the video. If you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this build and the gameplay. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicle Knight channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.